afternoon, I'm Ben DeVell, and I'm joined. Good afternoon, I'm Ben DeVell, and I'm joined in the booth by Connor Gorey. Connor, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Ben. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So today the Green Wave take on the Caldwell Chiefs, and the Green Wave, they're coming off a dominating 10-6 win over Ridgewood this past Saturday. What effect can the pass game have on the Green Wave today?
You know, it always feels good winning a game, a big game.
Good afternoon and welcome to Cocodell Field at Regan Stadium and to Varsity School for today's Varsity Lacrosse matchup.
Sorry, but we're back after some technical difficulties. Let's hope this one is better, and let's get back to business. So good afternoon, I'm Ben DeVille. I'm joined in the booth by Connor Gorey. Connor, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Ben. How are you? Excited for this game.
Yeah, me too. I'm good, thank you. So today the Green Wave take on the Caldwell Chiefs, and the Green Wave, they're coming off a strong, dominating 10-6 win over Ridgewood. What effect can the pass game have on the game today against Caldwell?
You know, it always feels good going in during the weekend, beating a team that Ridgewood's one of the top 4 teams in the state at one point last year, and it's just got to keep riding that momentum. You know, can't make silly mistakes.
Yeah, for sure. And now Caldwell, they started their season with a tough 8-7 loss to Passaic Valley, but they responded through a strong 9-4 win over Morris Knowles in the pass game. What do you expect to see from the Chiefs today?
I expect to see the Chiefs keep rolling their offense, you know, score some goals. You know, that feeling of being so close and losing the game never feels good, and seeing that they got the last one back, they could be dangerous today.
Yeah, for sure. Delbarton, on the other hand, they had a rough second game, but the first and the third games, they both had wins, so they're 2-1. Well, the Chiefs, again, they're 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, 2 great teams. You know, one fall, one defeat during the year for both teams, but You know, it's about how they bounce back. You know, Delbarton plays some really tough competition, and they get better and better as the year goes on. So I'm excited to see how this Green Wave team looks today.
For sure. Let's take a quick break. So we're underway, and the Green Wave have possession.
Yeah, and the Green Wave should be trying to get offensively quickly. You know, this transition from long stick midi, Will Petticano off the field, bringing their middies in. Really, Delbarton wants to strike first, strike quick.
For sure. Here's Schobel with a hat trick in the last game. Romeweber feeds it behind the net. And it's Folking it back to Romeweber, who strikes, adds on to his great week. Had that 3 assists and 2 goals in the past game. Now gets a goal in the opening minute in this one.
And Ben, just like I said, you want to start strong, and wow, that was quick. That was lightning fast.
Yeah, for sure. Romeweber coming into this one was not only the points leader, but was also the goal and assist leader. He adds on to that here, 31 seconds in.
Yeah, man, Ben, the kid can play. He just knows he just feels the game. Great field awareness and great stick skills.
It's Caldwell winning this face-off, and Ruggiero going the other way.
Yeah, Ben, and when you get a goal like that as quick as they did, you really just don't want to fall back on it. You want to keep attacking, keep going forward.
Here's Lavelli. Daniel Lewis. Tight defense there by Core. And now it's back up top around the 40-yard line for the Chiefs. Goodwin. Guarded by Petticano. Thought about the shot there. Will back off. And now it's back to Brown.
The Delbarton defense doing a great job holding formation, not making mistakes, and there's a ground ball by Petticano.
Barnes. This one over to Petticano. Now inside, good rough defense there by the Chiefs. And it's Hauser heading back out. Now Hauser behind the net to Folk. And now it's Fodor. Folk. Romeweber over to Hauser. And now it's Testa. Fodor will go to work. Working left side, gets it over to Hauser. And now back to Fodor. Folk. Inside, and Fodor nets one.
Great give and go there. Great passing by both players. Fodor really got the play started with that mean dodge. And really, Falk, really good give and go. Nice goal by Fodor.
Fodor's 4th goal on the year, only a sophomore, made JV as a freshman.
Yeah, man, the kid's impressive. Sophomore, 4 goals already. That's pretty spectacular.
Phil Leonardo to face off for Delbarton.
Ruggiero versus Minardo, and Ruggiero gets the win. Minardo trying to recover. And there it is. Good pressure there. Pass goes out of bounds. Delbarton ball. Pop him.
Yeah, that was great defense there. I'm looking at Ruggiero's stats. He's got a 47% face-off win, but he's already gone 2 for 3 so far. He's looking pretty strong for Caldwell.
Hauser up top, Bawden. He'll send it over to Sheridan. He'll roam around the top and send it over to Romeweber. Folk, Hauser right in front of the net, rips one, save.
Great stick skills. I think Hauser didn't get the best shot that he wanted to, but way to move the stick and catch that ball so Delbarton offense can get a rebound.
Jacob Nat in net for the Chiefs today.
And this could set up a fast break opportunity for the Chiefs, but they're deciding to take it slow. Strong defense by the Delbarton.
Yeah, especially, with Core all the way up near midfield. Behind the net, Daniel Lewis gets it over to Lavelli. And now it's free around the 20. Cusimano, the Air Force commit, comes out with it. Now it's back on the ground, waiting for a ruling. It will be Chief ball.
I don't know about that, Ben. I thought that was a Green Wave ball. Unbiased, but great defense. See, look, Delbarton's getting all the ground balls right now, and it's really helping them, their offense, transition.
Gruzos thought about shooting it. He's the point, goal, and assist leader for this Chiefs team.
Yeah, Ben, and he's only a junior. He's got another year of playing. Caldwell, a lot of their goal contributors, actually all of them besides one, are sophomore or junior, so it's pretty impressive. Young team.
For sure, good, bright future. Here's Rodriguez, and now it's up top to Goodwin. Moving around inside is Brown, who kicks it back out. Gruzos. Guarded by Core. Hangs on here. Some switches for the Chiefs team. Rodriguez. Now it's Goodwin, and behind the net is Lavelli. Gruzos sends it over to Rodriguez. And perimeter defense strong here for the Green Wave on this offensive possession for the Chiefs.
Yeah, Ben, it's really been strong all day. Hopefully no announcers jinx here, but they've really held formation well. And that Caldwell attack can't even get through any circles.
For sure. I mean,
and that's a yard sale, Ben.
You see, Pedicano knocked the stick down, and it's Core who flips it up in the air. He'll come off. It's Mahoney working around into the Chiefs' offensive end, and it's Sheridan sending it. Mahoney trying to keep with it. It's a grounder, and it still loose. Sheridan comes up with it. Rumweber was in the mix. Sheridan going towards the net, sends it behind the net. It's Folk, and now it is Hauser. Similar spot where he took a shot last time, but this time sends it over to Folk, who gets it over to Rumweber. Olsen for Baldwin. Baldwin driving in. Outside, Rumweber right in front of the net. And there it is! Baldwin gets it off the rebound.
Yeah, excellent dodge by Baldwin to set it up. And I thought that first shot was going to be a goal, but good rebound. The Delbarton offense keeps attacking and hitting on all cylinders. And Ben, Delbarton's looking crisp so far, and they have to. Their next game is against the number one team in the country, St. Anthony's, and then rivalry week against Seton Hall Prep.
Yeah, for sure. Tough schedule for the Green Wave, and we'll be covering those games. Yeah, so 3-0 for the Green Wave. 5:41 to go. If you're Caldwell, what are you trying to change here coming off the face-off, if anything?
Well, they're doing a good job winning face-offs so far. It's just that their offense hasn't found any openings for shots. And I got to give credit to the Delbarton defense. It's not really Caldwell doing anything wrong.
Here's Minardo after an error. Rumweber behind the net for Hauser. Pedicano sets a screen, not effective. Now it's Johnson. And Rumweber now circling back around the 28, now moving up towards the 20 and sends it behind for Folk. Hauser. Here's Schobel. Back to Hauser. Hauser rips one. Oh, it hits the side of the net. No goal.
And that got me, Ben. I thought that was a goal. Great shot, just a little bit off target.
Trying to get out of their own end or the Chiefs, and they do.
Yeah, great awareness by the midi coming on to get that ball good clear.
Yeah, Skylar Brown there. Now in front of the net. Fight for it, lose, and it is going to be Delbarton who comes out with it. Kip Rand. Here's Bolger. He scored in the last game against Ridgewood. Now it's Fodor. Back to Ron Weber, and now it's Bolger with Folk behind the net who gets it now. Here's Testa. Schobel. Back, and the pass a little bit too far out. Folk on the run, and it's going to be Caldwell ball.
Yeah, I mean, the Delbarton offenses look solid, but not at their best. But the Delbarton defense has really not let Caldwell get any opportunities, Ben, so they've been on fire.
Brown, guarded by Pup. And here is Gruzas. Or sorry, no. It's going to be Goodwin. Guarded by Fodor. Now makes a move. Dashing upfield. Shot. Goal! Wow, what a shot!
Really tough shot there, and that's what I was telling you, Ben. The Barton defense has been pretty great, but they just got to take shots. They got to find places to shoot. If you shoot, you score.
Hey, Goodwin with a nice one up top there.
That's number 5, Vincent Goodwin, with the goal for the Caldwell Chiefs. Delbarton Green Wave 3, Caldwell 1.
And if my stats are correct, that's his first goal of the season, so really nice goal to get your first goal of the season.
For sure. We'll see if he can get any more this game. Trozinski had it, but it's going to be a false start. So Cusimano will take this one up. A lot of open field ahead over to Pedicano. Now it's Ron Weber and Bolger behind the net, who sends it for Folk. Sheridan. Olsen moving up here. And Ron Weber, right around the 20, behind the net for Bolger. Passes it to Folk. And now it's Sheridan. Working in a circle here, the Green Wave are. Olsen.
Nice dodge.
Inside. Oh, Olsen lost it. Turnover for the Green Wave. The setup was good there, Connor.
Yeah, great setup, but even better defense there. I really thought Delbarton had a great opportunity, but man, great defense by the Caldwell.
Yeah, there's a nice hit by Core. And now going the other way is Olsen. Sends it over to Pedicano. Ron Weber. Bawden. Bawden shot. Save. Nice block there.
Great save.
Now another one. He
Another
saves
save.
it. Ball loose, and it's going to be recovered by Nat. So Caldwell with a good stand, and Jacob Nat standing strong in net.
Wow, Nat was a brick wall in that goal.
Gruzal sends it over to Rodriguez, who gives it to Brown.
And Ben, I've really been impressed by the Green Waves offense's passing ability. It's more of the cuts and the dodges that we just haven't been really getting the best shots.
Here's Brown. High pass, taken in by Gruzos. Nice spin move on Core. Jumping shot, no good. Recovered by Caldwell. Sends this one over. Taken by Lavelli. Staying behind the net, the Chiefs are, and I think it's Gruzos back there. Being patient, under a minute to go here. Gruzos, jumping shot again. This one won't go. Run for it, and it will be, I think it's Caldwell ball.
Caldwell doing a great job. Just trying to get that last goal. 3-2 at the end of the quarter is really a great spot to be in after that shaky start.
Luis Delbarton gets it. Cusimano sends it over. Almost hauling it in there was Dotro. But it's going to be Ron Weber recovering.
And Ben, this is a part of the game where it can make it a game, or this could turn into a blowout. Delbarton, if they score here, really would be big.
Oh, but they will not. It's going to be intercepted. This one thrown up into the air with 10 seconds left. And it's going to be taken in by Shimko. Shimko running around his own end. 2 seconds to go, sends this one over. And that is how we will end this first quarter. 3-1, the Green Wave lead. We're back for the second quarter of the Green Wave. We're in the same position after the first quarter, and in Saturday's game, they ended up winning that one 10-6. But we'll see if it's a different story here on Thursday.
Yeah, but Delbarton's really got to look crisp in the second quarter. They've made some mistakes that this game could really be a way larger lead. And against a team like St. Anthony next, you really can't make too many mistakes.
Ron Weber over to Bolger. Now it's going to be Johnson at the top. Sent it to Schobel. Being patient, a key point for Coach Kovacek's team for the Green Wave. He pointed that out to me on Saturday, and it was definitely a big part of their win. They took the right shots, they communicated well, and they were very patient on both sides of the ball. And we're seeing a lot of that today. Pressure from Caldwell forces a ground ball. It's going to be Hauser who picks it up. He'll send it over to Ron Weber behind the net.
Yeah, Ben, and back to what you said about being patient. This Delbarton team, so many great players. Really, the players are really unselfish and really patient. They just want the team to win.
Schobel. Bolger gets it over to, I think that's Fodor. Schobel rips one, scores!
Now that's a great shot,
Yeah,
Ben.
top left corner, Connor.
Yeah, and back to what we were saying about patience. That was a patient possession. Found the right shot. He found the angle. Beautiful shot.
Yeah, so a 4-1 lead now for the Green Wave. And it's going to be, we'll see how Caldwell responds here.
And that's Schobel's fourth goal of the season. The senior ready to lead his team to a championship in his final year.
Facing off against number 4, Milo Ruggiero.
Underway, Minardo wins the face-off.
And that's big. If Delbarton can keep possession this whole quarter, really extend their lead.
Cusimano for Folk. Behind the net to Hauser, and now it's Ron Weber. Olsen cradling. Now it's Cusimano. Delbarton keeping the pass game alive here. We'll see if they make a move. There's a little play, and it's going to be Cusimano here. Driving, passing, shot from Ron Weber won't go. Delbarton keeps possession.
You know, one player on Caldwell that's really played great is the goalie, Jacob Nat. That's 3 saves on some 3 really good shots of the Delbarton players, and he's really just making great saves.
Driving in is Sheridan. Shot. Bouncer won't go. Delbarton keeps possession.
But that was a great drive right there. Great dodge. Found his way to the hole, and one good shot there, and it's going to produce a lot of goals.
Cusimano. Bouncer won't go. Another save. And Nat has really been playing well today.
Really been playing well, and now the Delbarton offense is now dodging more instead of passing the ball around, which has not been their success so far, but I feel like if they keep shooting, no one could stop them.
Right, and the goals that Nat is letting up have been really great shots. And there's another one saved from Cusimano. Nat will hand off, and here's Swift.
And Jacob Nat has 23 saves to 12 goals allowed, which is a pretty good ratio. The junior has really looked great against the Green Wave so far.
Swift over to Brown. Caldwell controlling behind Delbarton's net. Bounce pass dropped and now maintained by the Chiefs. And now they're showing some patience. Here's Gruzos. Cradling and passing. Now Brown will try to get something. Crosses the net and now passes it out. Backing off there is Goodwin.
Yeah, but I like they're faking the shots, keeping the Delbarton defense on their toes. It's going to be hard to get past them.
Yeah, you got to find something to do. Here's Gruzos. Working the left side of the field are the Chiefs. 7:38 to go in the second quarter. Delbarton has a 3-goal lead. And just as I say that, there's a shot. Won't go. Good angles made there by Shimko.
Yeah, and really good hustle by the Caldwell defense. I thought that would be sure offense, sorry. I thought that was for sure Delbarton ball, but the attackman really got there fast.
Goodwin, who has a goal, gets it over. Again, working the left side of the field is Rodriguez, who sends it back over. And now it's Gruzos. Here's Goodwin. And now working the right side of the field is Goodwin. Brown up top. Passed a little too high, a little bit of miscommunication. Trying to get to that one was Rand, but it's Caldwell keeping this long possession.
Yeah, and I feel like for Caldwell, this is really a good possession for them. Run down the clock. Delbarton got a momentum starter with that first goal of the quarter, so running down the clock just runs down the Delbarton offense.
Right, but you really need to capitalize. You take this much time, you need to score. Now it's Fight Pedicano almost ends this possession, and it is him leading the charge and him now getting the ball back. Passes it over. Folk inside middle won't go. Recovered by Ron Weber.
Yeah, and that really could have been a nice transition goal. Little just ill-advised pass. Ron Weather, whoa. making a really good correction to get that ball. Now Delbarton's slowing it down a little bit.
Fodor to Folk to Hauser. Ron Weber up top. Now it's Fodor. Nice footwork. Now backs off. Hauser was trying to get to the net. Wasn't able to. Good defense. Ron Weber back up top here to Schobel. He'll back off too. Now it's Fodor. Nice move. Cuts inside. Shot. Just off the mark.
Delbarton's offense is really flowing now. First quarter rust is off. Taking really good shots.
So it will be Caldwell ball with 4:44 to go.
Costly turnover by the Green Wave. They were in a really good spot. Another scoring position after a good shot by Fodor. Just can't let that happen.
Long pass connects to Brown. Brown inside. Oh, and he drops the pass. That could have been dangerous. Martall was there.
Yeah, Ben, I think he caught that. If he catches that, that probably is a goal for Caldwell. It's a costly mistake.
Yeah, you
that
got to
really
get
can't
that.
happen in a game that you're losing.
Especially with such a talented team like the Green Wave. So, yeah, you definitely got to hold on to that one, even getting a shot off.
But back to that long pass. That was an incredible pass by the Caldwell defender. And just, man, really missed opportunity there.
Gruzos, who's been held under wraps, falls down, recovers, and now sends it over. A little bit of miscommunication. Two guys going for the pass. Gruzos gets it back, and now it's Brown. A little stutter step. Inside, and that one's dropped as well. Two flags fly on the field. Almost in unison there, they were thrown up. And we're going to get a whistle.
Yeah, Ben, we'll have our first penalty of the game. Going into the penalty box, number 43, I believe that's Pallone. That's a costly penalty. I don't know if it's 1 or 2 minutes in the box, but can't let that happen.
32nd, a push with possession, number 43, Delbarton. Bill Popham. Paul Chase to be man up.
It's on Popham.
30 seconds.
Yeah, so that's costly for the Green Wave. I mean, they let up 2 goals on 3 man disadvantages against Ridgewood.
But Ben, it's only a 30-second push. I thought it was a lot worse. It looked a lot worse from up here. So Delbarton Green Wave, they're not in a horrible position. Good
Shot
save.
saved, bouncing around, and it's Shimko retaining possession. And it's going to be Delbarton's running for their lives out here. A lot of pressure from Caldwell. Shimko out of the net, but it's going to be Mahoney pushing the other way.
And the man-up release, I think they're trying to run down the clock so that they can get a man-up when they're on offense. Man back, not man up. But now the Green Wave's back to full strength, 6 men. Let's see if they can score a goal on this possession.
Bottom over, Olsen. Cusimano for Folk. Mahoney. Bawden has a goal this game. Maybe looking for another. Cusimano in front of the net. Oh, what a save!
Man, this kid's really on fire right now.
Yeah, the junior Nat staying strong in net. I mean, he got a, I don't know, is that a foot on that one?
Looked like it, Ben, but really couldn't tell from here. All I know is that ball did not go in the net. Nat's really looked impressive so far.
He saw the web towards his own 40. Another long pass connects. Oh, no, I think that actually might not have connected. I don't know what's going on.
Timeout on Kovacek. Timeout to Green Wave.
All right, we'll step aside. We're back after Caldwell's timeout. And, yeah, do you think, though, any offensive production here? They've gotten close. They've had these long possessions. Just the goal has not been the outcome for the Chiefs. Do you think they get it here?
Well, they obviously took that timeout, had to make some adjustments. I think the Caldwell offense really needs to step it up. They need to get some more goal productivity. But, that Green Wave defense is a brick wall, so we'll see.
Nice move there, now working around, but also good defense by Dotro. Here's Brown. Sends it over to Gruzos. To the Chiefs stars. Now moving over is Rodriguez. Pass a little bit off the mark. Delbarton ball.
And I've seen a common theme with the Caldwell, just making some missed passes, errant passes, if you will, that are key mistakes on their offense.
Good move there by Mahoney, and now it's Delbarton deep in Caldwell's territory with Bolger roaming around behind the net. Cusimano's there now. And across, gets it over to Schobel. A little bit low of a pass. Schobel able to maintain it.
And short time left in the second quarter, 50 seconds. Delbarton really could get one or even 2 goals. We'll see how fast their offense can score here, but
Testa rips one off the net. Delbarton. Oh, no, this is going to be Caldwell ball.
wow, did not like that call, but
I didn't understand
solid
that.
shot by Testa. Delbarton's taking so many shots. They just got to start getting in the goal, but Nat has been playing an excellent game.
I've been seeing that a few times. Delbarton's been the closer one to the ball when it goes out of bounds. It's going to be Caldwell ball here, though. It's going to be Brown, guarded by Pedicano. He hits this one. Timeout, Caldwell. Timeout, Caldwell. Their second of the half with just under 30 seconds to go, and we will also take a timeout. We're back after Caldwell's second timeout.
Yeah, and they really got to change stuff. They're calling timeout. That's their second timeout. They have no more timeouts at the half. But their last 2 timeouts have been in a 2 to 3 minute ratio time-wise. So they obviously are pretty stuck on something. Obviously, they got a halftime coming up. They got to make some real adjustments. 1 goal in half of Lacrosse really is not going to cut it.
For sure, under 5 seconds, fight for it, and this should do it. And, we got a whistle. Delbarton calls a timeout. We'll see. Maybe they try to get a goal or something here before the half ends.
Yeah, Ben, I think they're going to try to make a quick play, try to get a goal. Obviously, if they don't, no harm, no foul.
Right, exactly. Why not take the timeout? You have it. It's not gonna cost you anything. So you might as well just try to get a goal. 1.6 seconds is going to be something tough to work with. Connor, what would you do if you're the Green Wave? I know you used to play lacrosse.
Well, I think a big long pass is probably going to be in effect here. But really just a quick stick by the person who's going to catch it and shoot. Obviously, short time, short shot. Let's see how the Green Wave can get it done.
Oh, so we're gonna have.
Yeah, Ben, and I feel like I remember this formation from when I played lacrosse. It's kind of a Hail Mary situation where he's going to throw the ball up and try to get a goal there. No goal for the Green
Oh
Wave.
no, Pierce Bolger got drilled on that. He's gonna limp off. Yeah, Pettit kind of ripped that one.
Yeah, it's kind of a Hail Mary situation where if one of the attackmen can redirect the ball, it can get a goal, but, 1.6 seconds left. What are you going to do?
Yeah, might as well try it though. It's 4-1 at the end of one. Connor and I will see you at the halftime show. That's it. We're back for the second half of action. Delbarton has a 4-1 lead. Menard already take the face-off for the Green Wave, and he will be taking on Ruggiero. So, Caldwell's down 3. What do they need to do to get back into this one? They had those long possessions, couldn't capitalize. What do you need to see out of them this half, Connor?
Yeah, I mean, their offense wasn't there, but their defense was pretty solid. Obviously, their goalie, Jacob Nat, was really great in goal as we get a little tangle up over here. But they really just need to get their shots going, scoring goals. I mean, being down 3 after the slow half that they had is really not a bad situation.
I agree. And there's one. Goes off the net. It starts with the little things. You see they get the face-off, or they get the ball after the scram around the face-off area, and now they have possession of Delbarton's end. So it's those little things that are going to need to happen for this Chiefs team.
And big-time half adjustment. You can already tell they're more aggressive, trying to get off the fast break. So
you're going to have to. I mean, you got a whole nother half to play, but it's still going to be tough. You definitely have to be efficient here. Rolling around. Good pressure from Popham.
Yeah, great defense. You can see checking him at the hands, making the stick go up. I thought it was going to be a yard sale. Good recovery by the Caldwell player to pass that ball away, but Popham really on his hands.
Yeah, that was Ravelli. Now it's going to be Rodriguez trying to get around Johnson. He gets tripped up. Delbarton fighting for it. Pedicano chasing. Gets it. And now he'll send it back. And that's Popham.
And that's textbook defense right there. Great ground ball. Delbarton's offense now just needs a fast break here. Get a quick goal.
Here's Fodor trying to recover off the drop. Sends it over to Ron Weber, who gets it to Folk. Inside pass. Johnson, another save. Did it in the first half. He's doing it in the second. It is Jacob Nat standing strong in net for the Caldwell Chiefs.
I mean, Jacob Nat. Kid, nothing can get by him. It seems, wow, what a save.
Mortag has the lone goal for the Chiefs in this one.
And think about it, Ben. Think about how big the deficit would be if Jacob Nat just didn't make half of the saves he's been making.
Oh
it's really been incredible. 3-4 on one possession. I mean, he's been the one starlight so far for the Caldwell Chiefs.
For sure. That one ripped, and there's the other goalie. Shimko standing strong in net. Deep pass, pretty accurate, trying to get to the Delbarton Green Wave. It's Ron Weber who loses it out of bounds, and there's Caldwell who takes over on possession.
Little mistakes when you're in the lead. It's not the biggest lead. Oh, but then
takes
there's a
it
turnover.
over. Oh, my goodness. Oh, and no, there's another little mistake. Oh, that was almost a mistake for Caldwell. A lot of action going on in Caldwell's defensive zone. First off, you get the intercepted pass from Ron Weber. He passes up to Folk. Not a very accurate pass, a little bit off. And then it's the defense for Caldwell recovering and almost shot it, had an own goal on that there. So it's Caldwell with the recovery, and now they have it trying to slow things down in Delbarton's defensive end.
Wow, Ben, it's really been a wacky second half so far. First the trip on the face-off. Now that little scramble there, back and forth.
So try to capitalize after a little bit of ruckus to start the half. The Chiefs have it behind the net. Guarded by Popham is Lavelli who sends it over. Daniel Liz. And now it's going to be, that's Gruzas. Guarded by Core. Gruzas holding on to this one for a while now.
Oh, big hit there, Ben. Oh, and it's a flag.
Yeah, Core laid. I think that was more out on the play, and yep. So delayed man advantage here. That one ripped, scores! There you go. That's what you needed if you're the Chiefs.
Yeah, Ben, great shot right there. And I believe the man down doesn't happen yet, so Delbarton will still be a man down going into this break after that goal.
Yeah, so everything going in the Chiefs' way. This time it's going to be a 2-minute penalty on Core.
Penalty has actually been changed to 1 minute right now, but man, back the penalty and then the goal. Looking up for the Chiefs right now.
So one of the penalty on Jared Core will be Delbarton be man down for 1 minute.
Face off. And it's another win for the Chiefs. It feels like everything's going in the Chiefs' way, Ben.
Yeah, you need that if you are the Chiefs. I mean, if they were to capitalize here, it would only be a 1-goal game, and they'd come out of halftime with the momentum. So definitely, it would be very efficient and beneficial for the Chiefs to capitalize. Here's Brown. Passes it behind the net. Gruzos. Now it's back to Brown. Up top, moving in, or the Chiefs on the net. Rips, one goal! The Chiefs have made it a 1-goal game with 7:10 to go.
Wow. Stunned is an understatement. The Chiefs would look like a completely different team starting the second half. Green Wave looks stumped.
Just to confirm, before this goal, the pass goal was Martau's second, so he is 2. Still waiting to get confirmation on who scored this most recent goal.
Yeah, Ben, and Mortag, he seems like the one that's really ripping the shots there. I feel like Caldwell been a little conservative. You know, Delbarton's had some great defense, but he really's been ripping them, and they've been going in. You know, we're looking at Delbarton. They're ripping shots at Nat, and he's saving it, but Mortag, when he rips it, it doesn't seem like the Green Wave goalie can stop it.
Trozinski for Johnson, bobbles it. He'll keep going.
And that's another thing. Caldwell's been really great on the faceoffs, Ben, and good win by Trozinski there.
And that shot a little high from Pedicano. Maybe a little rushed from the Green Wave trying to respond quickly, but it will remain Delbarton ball.
Yeah, but that cannot happen. Like we talked earlier, Kovacek preaching patience. They just need to be patient here.
Yeah, so we just got confirmation for the other goal. It's going to be Martau again, so he has a hat trick. All the goals for Caldwell. Thank goodness that we have Jared Lowy, who has the replays, who can tell us who scores these goals if we don't get an eye on them. So it's Martau with a hat trick today.
This kid is on fire. Him and Nat alone are basically Willie Caldwell back into this game. It's really impressive.
Yeah, but in order to beat the team like the Green Wave, they're going to have to incorporate a lot more guys going forward. 6:11 to go in this third quarter.
Yeah, as many wise coaches say, you can't win a game with just 2 players, but these 2 players are playing pretty great right now.
Testa to Fodor. Fodor, nice move across. Ron Weber rips one. Off the mark, Delbarton ball. Testa was there.
And here's another example. Green Wave finds a good shot. They just haven't been able to connect. Like we said earlier, Nat's been great in goal, but some of them, they've just been sailing on this possession.
Yeah, so coming out of halftime, a more exciting game here. One separating the two sides. Fodor to Schobel. That one off the mark as well. Delbarton keeps possession. Testa there again.
And Green Wave just keep chipping away. And I feel like it's going to break wide open, and the Caldwell defense cannot hold them as long as they've been.
Bolger looking for somebody to get it to. That's Fodor, the man. Thought about shooting it. Doesn't. Ron Weber had the same idea. Fodor gets it back from Gavin, and now it's going to be a shot from Hauser off the mark. Delbarton will keep possession.
And now that's 3 times that they've taken good shots, just a little bit off the mark. They're just a little bit off right now. They make a little bit of adjustments, and they'll be right on it.
Yeah, we're looking at least a 2-minute possession right here for the Green Wave, though. Bolger Fodor. Rips one. Tough shot. Won't go. Delbarton is going to keep possession.
And now we got a 3-minute, 4-shot possession. It's really impressive. The Green Wave just need to finish on their shots.
Yeah, but at the same time, you could say the Chiefs are playing good defense. Schobel hits it over to Ron Weber. Shot, goal! Right after I say good defense. Nothing to take away from the Chiefs stand there, but it finishes with the Delbarton goal. 5-3, the Green Wave lead.
Like we said, Ben, keep chipping away. They're chipping away, and they finally got it. They broke the wood, and I think now the Green Wave shots will be going in the goal.
Yeah, Gavin Ron Weber's second goal of the game. 5th of the week, or 4th of the week, rather. But he is having some week.
Facing up against number 13, Jeremy Rodriguez.
Strozinski and Rodriguez will go at it at midfield, and it's Strozinski getting the win. Now we're going to have a whistle, and it's going to be Delbarton ball. Cusimano taking this one up.
Strozinski's looked pretty impressive on the last 2 faceoffs. Really getting physical out there. I think Delbarton needs to get a little bit more physical on the field.
Bolger. Oh, missed pass. Still up in the air. Bolger recovers. Cusimano behind the net. Up front. Oh, my goodness. What are you going to do? I mean, that's just unstoppable. Beautiful pass, and it is Bolger capitalizing. Nice move all alone right in front of the net.
Yeah, and great stick skills by Bolger there. Keep the goalie off balance. You know, Nat's been great today, but you can't really save a high shot if he's on the floor. You know, brother of Reed Bolger.
Phil Leonardo for Delbarton to face off against number 4.
We're back, and here we go. 1-goal game. Now it's a 3-goal game. Delbarton has fought back to that 3-goal lead, and now it is Minardo facing off against. Can't really get a good look from this angle. I know Minardo lost the ball, but it's going to be Johnson with the high awareness getting it.
And Ben, likely, oh
my goodness. And there's another goal.
And Ben, just like we talked about on their 3-minute possession the Green Wave had, they were so close. They just keep chipping away, and now it seemed like they break the wood half open.
Right, Johnson, what a play there. I mean, just a sequence of picking up the ball, passing it over, getting it back, and then getting the goal. It's a 4-goal lead for the Green Wave.
Yeah, it's like the Green Wave stumbled, but they found their footing. Wow, great give and go there. Johnson, great awareness to pick up that face-off and then get the ball back and take a great shot.
Yeah, it's been what, about like I think it's been 50 seconds. It's been about, I think, 3 goals for the Green Wave. Since the Chiefs had possession altogether, they had a 450, I think, 354 right now, and Delbarton has built this lead back up. Minardo over to Hauser.
And this has been big. The 4 face-off wins in a row for the Green Wave. It was kind of back and forth during the stretch where the Caldwell Chiefs were in a good spot, but now Delbarton dominating the face-offs, winning them. No chance for Caldwell right now.
Bawden at the top, cradling, looking, staying calm. Sheridan checks in, he's on, and he gets the ball. He sends it back over to Bawden, who takes a few steps forward, now sprints, backtracks, gets it over to Cusimano. Nice move, backs off. Bolger staying in a relative area, now gets it over. Here's Hauser, now Sheridan. Straight passes here, Bawden driving in, looking, passing, Ron Weber. Back up top. Here, Sheridan drops that one. He will recover. Cusimano's open. He'll give it to him. Cusimano fires! Save!
What a save. You know, Jacob Nat just let up a couple goals, but Guys still been playing great. That was a great shot by Cusimano coming down, and he was just there to stop it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that last goal that Nat let up might have been a bit of a softie, but there he responds. Moving up is Rodriguez, trying to find something to respond. Yeah, and Connor, just when they had that 1-goal deficit, now facing a 4-goal deficit, I mean, what's your mindset? If you're Caldwell's coach, what are you doing?
And I was thinking about this right before you asked me this question. If I'm Caldwell's coach, I say just get one. Let's just get 1 goal. Just like when they were down 3, they got 1 goal and then a face-off win and then another goal. Keep chopping the lead. You just got to get 1 right now. This possession, before the 3rd quarter ends, I would want at least 1 goal going into the 4th.
Yeah, I like that idea. You got to take it 1 step at a time. Here's Gruzos sending it over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez being fought by Cusimano. Nice move. Pedicano recovers, though, after the pump fake by Marta, who has the hat trick today. Rodriguez spins out of Cusimano. Here's Marta's shot, saved by Shimko.
Shimko, we haven't seen a lot of save from him today. You know, very far and few between shots, and they all been pretty good, but good save right there.
Just about 40 seconds to go. Fodor sent it back behind the net. Bolger.
And Fodor's been dodging great all day. Oh, he drops the ball.
Ron Weber, you can see from his body language, disappointed there. Just under 30 seconds to go.
But that position was not to hang your head on. Fodor had a great dodge there, and it was a good fast break. Just a little timing mistake.
We'll see if Caldwell just tries to hold on to this one. Stay away from harm as this half ends.
I think that's what they're going to do, Ben. After that fast break by the Green Wave. Oh, but the Green Wave get it back.
7.3 to go. Will they use the timeout? Yes, they will. I heard a whistle. Oh, no, I must have heard wrong. Sorry, Pedicano. Firing, saved. Yeah, that was pretty on target.
Pretty good shot. I mean, Pedicano, one of the best in the country. But, yeah, going in the 4th quarter, Green Wave up 7-3.
The sophomore Kane Quinault in here for the face-off for the Green Wave.
And it's a new face that we haven't seen today so far. And I think it's a good change for the Green Wave. You know, back and forth on the face-offs. I think if they dominate these last quarter face-offs, then really get in a good spot.
Sophomore versus senior, and sophomore's going to win. Oh, wait, now it's switch of possession. It's going to be Delbarton now getting it back. Ball still loose. Tough to say who has it, and it's going to be Kane Quinault recovering for the Green Wave.
A good start for Quinault.
looking for the ball, being active, getting back here. I think we'll have a switch, and Sheridan's on. No blocked pass. There you go. Now it's still loose. Caldwell recovers. They'll go the other way.
And costly mistake there, just not being careful with your stick.
Gruzos, guarded by, I think that's Popham there. No, sorry. Kovacek. Gruzos. Now it's Rodriguez. Nice spin move. Trying to get around goal.
Wow, what a move by Rodriguez. Put the defender on skates. He did that spin move, then came back, went low. Great shot. And like we said earlier, just one. Could be big for the Caldwell Chiefs.
Yeah, Braden Garcia got a little strung up there. Really nice spin move. And the game's back to 3. 10:38 to go. Seems like a lot of time, but these possessions are valuable, and the Chiefs capitalize on one there.
Yeah, that was a really big goal right there. He did it by himself, and it seems like we're seeing that a lot from Caldwell. If their team can work together on an attack, I feel like it could go really well for them, but individual play right now has been pretty great.
Delbarton wins the faceoff. Came Quinault there.
And he's 2-0 so far. He's been a pretty good sub so far.
Yeah, it's good to see, especially out of a young guy like the sophomore. Bawden. Now it's Sheridan. Romweber to Olsen to Bawden, who will take this one up. Has a goal today. Back to Sheridan. Sheridan cutting inside. Bouncer saved. That's a nice move there to get in.
Really nice move, and that's the second time he's had a really nice move, and he just couldn't finish. He went low last time, too. I mean, a great goalie like Jacob Nat. It's really going to be hard to go low on him. He's got really good low. Got to go low to high there.
Bawden sent it over to Romweber. Hauser. Romweber thought about shooting it, sends it behind to Folks. I think that's the first time I've said his name all half.
Yeah, haven't seen him as much as we did in the first half. Obviously, he's a starter. I think they brought in some younger guys. I remember Bolger was in, but now we're back to the starting group.
Bawden. And he loses it. There's one that goes high. Now Caldwell trying to recover.
Questionable there. I feel like the Delbarton attack could have been up on the goalie there, especially when he shot the ball up into the air. They could have really got that ball back.
Yeah, you got a 3-goal lead. Obviously, you shouldn't mess around, but at the same time, might as well put some pressure on.
Especially because,
whistle.
there's a whistle, and it's a timeout for Caldwell.
Timing well. And we'll take a timeout. So we're back here, 8:28 to go, and this is a winnable game for Caldwell. Only down 3. They have possession. What do you need to see out of them, Connor?
Yeah, I think they're believing that too. They call a timeout. Back to what we were saying earlier, they call a timeout to make some changes here. And I think they're just trying to tweak a little bit, just to make their offense more efficient, because when their players get hot, go take a little dodge there, they can really get quick goals there. So we'll see what they're going to do this quarter, the rest of this quarter.
Yeah, so somebody I think they need to get back into this game. Obviously, can't win with 2 guys. I really want to see Gruzas, who coming into this one was the point, goals, and assist leaders, has been pretty quiet today. But if Cole wants to get back in this one, they got to get one guy incorporated. I think it's Gruzas is going to be the man.
Yeah, I agree. And actually, he lost his goals title so far right now to Murtaugh, who's had a hat trick so far. I mean, he's been great. He's been their spark plug. But, yeah, you got to go back to your best player.
Rodriguez handles this one. Guarded by Mahoney. Holding on here. Gruzas is going to come in for a little pick and roll. He gets it, fires just off the net. If he could have connected, that would have been a good sequence.
And really good job by the Delbarton defender to get that ball there. That was really close. And the fact that they got possession now, they could really control this game here. Slow down the clock. Let's see. Uh-oh.
Danger around Delbarton's net. Shimko running around with it. It launches this one, and it's going to be timeout Delbarton. So Kovacic calls one there.
Yeah, avoid a disaster. You got to call a timeout there. Cool down your guys. You're up 3. Just don't want to make any stupid mistakes.
For sure. We'll take a timeout. We're back. So 6:46 to go. Again, the Chiefs haven't capitalized on their opportunities, but still a lot of time to go. Only down by 3, and Delbarton has possession. But you see, I don't want to say full court press, yes, full field press. Delbarton has to move quickly here, and the benefit for Delbarton here is that they can get more looks, especially when they're coming down the field on the open net.
Yeah, and Caldwell has been getting better throughout this game. Their offense is really 1 goal in the first half, I believe, and 3 goals this half so far. I mean, it's 3 times the goals, so 3 times the offensive production. It's really been pretty impressive, but obviously they got to keep going. The Green Waves offense has been consistent, even though it's not at its best.
Rom Weber to Hauser. Here's Ron Weber.
Good move.
Inside, just off the net. I mean, from our view, we saw that perfectly, just like maybe 2 inches away from the post.
Yeah, and in that position there, you know, I said earlier you don't want to go low and get snapped, but maybe that was the time to go low.
Testa over to Folk. Here's Ron Weber. Cradling, rolling, passing. Ooh, that was a good look there, but recovering on defense was Weintraub. That went a little bit off. Oh, okay.
Green
yeah,
wave ball.
Green wave ball. A lot of signals there.
Yeah. I was pretty scared there. I thought that would be a costly mistake, but good for the Green Wave to recover. And they're cutting down the time. We're halfway through the fourth quarter. A shot and a goal.
Yeah, Schobel gets one there. His second of the game.
Great shot by Schobel. Way to step into that. Nat had no chance. And now it's 8-4, as I believe it was actually Asher Testa who scored the goal.
Oh, really?
Schobel. Nope, Schobel. Yep, we confirmed.
Yep,
it's
yep.
officially Schobel. Great goal by Schobel there.
Yeah, so he is 2 today, had 3 on Saturday.
To face off against number 4, Milo Ruggiero.
Yeah, so that pretty costly goal to give up if you're the Chiefs. Now down by half of what you've scored today and under 5 minutes to go.
And that moves him to third on the Green Wave in goals. 2 today. He's been pretty great.
Face off. Again, both guys losing where the ball is. Petacano recovers. Pass is caught by Trzynski. Going towards the net. Goal! There you go. Trzynski makes this a 9-4 game.
And you could kind of feel the momentum that Caldwell had just deflate right there. Great play by Trzynski getting upfield and a great shot. He was like a bullet coming out of a gun.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I had a feeling there was going to be a goal there. I don't know if you remember Andrew Johnson recovers off the lost face-off. They scored, and then again they have it. Petacano deep pass, gets the assist, and then putting the nail in the coffin is Trzynski.
Still got time, 5-goal game. We haven't seen Caldwell score 5 goals all game, but you just never know what happens. But that was a real momentum shifter there. Takes all the air out of Caldwell.
See Finn McGuire, the backup Delbarton goalie, warming up on the sideline.
A hold called on Delbarton. Caldwell Chiefs. Let's do the ball.
Chiefs ball after a holding penalty.
And Green Wave was on a pretty good run of face-off wins before that one. And that was really good. Kane Quinault was a spark plug. I think he went 2-0 on his face-offs today. Pretty impressive.
For sure. Here's Gruzos. And again, if you are head coach Nick Esposito, what are you telling your group?
Again, I think we just keep chipping away. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. They just got to start going. And going quick because short time, 4 minutes left. So the best players, you got to give the ball to your best players and make them make a play.
Do you think there's a chance that you'd still win this one?
Well, you got to see. You can't take shots like that and expect to win the game. Got to take smart looks. But with defense like that, they obviously want a chance to win this game, so we'll see.
Here's a shuffle. Coming out of it, Cusimano. Talk about grit and strength.
Yeah, he's been tough all game. I know he's been backing into defenders. He hasn't got his goal today yet, but he's really been tough for the Delbarton Green Wave.
Finn McGuire coming in. Tanner Shimko's going to come out. 3:37 to go with this change.
And Finn McGuire is no scrub backup goalie. He's actually committed to Catholic University. It's a great D3 lacrosse program. So it's really great for the Green Wave to have 2 great goalies back there.
Yeah, they got a third, too. They have a good depth in their roster with Frankie Zupa as their third-string goalie. He's only a junior, so possibly the starter for the Green Wave next season.
Yeah, and we've seen that recurring theme in the Green Wave with senior goalies. I remember last year and the year before we also had senior goalies. Always great. Always good to have veteran leadership in the goal.
Olsen can't handle that pass, a little low from Ron Weber. Now it's Hauser up top, Bolden into Ron Weber. They're not going to stop, and there's another goal.
And
the hat trick is complete for Ron Weber.
That is where we say the nail has been in the coffin. All the life in Caldwell has been deflated. That shot right at the goalie's stick just bounces off, unlucky. You know, Nat's been great all game, but it seems like the Green Wave are going to come out with the victory in this one.
Yeah, 10-4. I remember 4-3 in the third with, I think, 5 minutes to go. And we look, there's a sudden change. 3 goals for the Green Wave in under a minute. And here we go, 10-4, the Green Wave lead.
Yeah, you got to wonder what Coach Kovacek says to them. He's a pretty inspirational guy. He gets me inspired to pick my AP classes, so I bet he inspires those lacrosse players pretty well.
2:52 minutes away from Coach Kovacek's 100th win on the season. Minardo shoots
And there it is.
another one. This is becoming a blowout here.
Yeah.
I mean, the game was a lot closer than the scoreboard's going to look at the end, but the Green Wave pouring it on here with 2:44 to go.
Yeah, Ben, and we see a recurring theme here. When the Green Wave win a face-off, getting that fast break, the goals come quickly, but the problem is they don't do that enough, it seems like. They sometimes have mistakes. Face-off's going to be a big thing. If they could really improve, the Green Wave could hang with anyone.
I'm just going to say, from the single-digit numbers for the Green Wave, they've had 9 goals. Besides them, 3 goals have been scored, which were 28 Fodor, 22 Trzynski, and 21 Bolger. But yeah, Ron Weber, Rodriguez, Schobel, Minardo, Johnson, and Baldwin all combining for that total of 8.
Yeah, Delbarton, even though they have a player with a hat trick right now, they've really been sharing the love. There's not been too many goals that you'd say like the player was taking it over. There was a lot of passing around, and the right guy took the right shot.
Full shot, saved.
And even though it says 11 goals that he's let up, he's really been great all day. Jacob Nat, another great save right in front of his face, and he still makes a save.
Yeah, he really kept Caldwell in this one for a while. It's just when time comes, it's going to be the more talented team coming out. Behind the net, Rand, 1:40 to go. Hauser over to Ron Weber, and there's his 4th goal of the game.
Yeah, Ben, and it feels like the Caldwell team is a shell of itself now. Delbarton is going to pour on the goals. Maybe we get a double-digit win here.
Makes Delbarton Green Wave 12, Caldwell Chiefs 4.
Yeah, 12-4. I'm running out of room for the amount of room. I'm running out of room for writing G next to Ron Weber's name on my paper here.
And that's why he's the leader in points for the Green Wave, assists and goals. He's really a great player.
Yeah, make yourself a nice medium rare steak tonight. Have 3 assists and 2 goals in the past game and 4 goals today.
He really fills up the stat sheet, makes the stat girls work. Another face-off win. This is the key. This is the proof's in the pudding. Delbarton wins face-offs, they score goals.
Oh, Quinault almost had his first goal on varsity, just a little high. Him and the Fodor brothers were the 3 freshmen who made junior varsity last season, and now on varsity.
And the Fodor brothers really have been looking great. You know, Brandon's really moved very well. Great dodges today. I think he has a goal today, actually, doesn't he?
Who's that? Brandon
Brandon?
Fodor? Yep.
Yeah, he's really been playing great today.
Fight for it, and it's Ron Weber coming out.
Ron Weber securing the next ground ball in traffic.
Here's Folk driving in. 45 seconds to go. Johnson shoots and scores a nice bouncer.
And there
13-4.
There we go, Ben. Cinderella. I think the clock has hit midnight. It's time to go home for Caldwell. 13-4. The score's not going to show how close of a game this really was, but great playing by both teams.
Yeah, Johnson's 2nd goal of the game.
That's Jason Denegri at the X facing off for Delbarton.
Another sophomore that pulled up to varsity, Jesse Denegri, now going out there for face-off.
Also a wrestler, yeah, so we'll see if Denegri can do what Quinault did.
Yes, he is our starting 175-pounder. State placer, state qualifier.
Denegri making room, trying to get this one. It's a scramble, and it's going to be, Caldwell ball.
They called a push there, but obviously showing his wrestling background, getting pretty physical out there.
Yep. Yeah, he, I think, was the lone addition to varsity for the sophomore class. Here's Gruzos. Trying to get around there is John Fodor, Brandon's brother. So, yep, they got 28 and 29 for those guys. And they're thought about shooting before he held on. And there it is. 13-4 is head coach Matt Kovacek's 100th career win for the Delbarton Green Wave. 13-4, Connor. What do you got on this one?
I mean, great players do great things. Great teams work together. Congrats on Coach Kovacek having 100 wins, and he probably wouldn't be too proud the first 3 quarters, but that fourth quarter really they look great.
Yeah, for sure. Gavin Romeweber, 4 goals. Alex Schobel, 2. Andrew Johnson joins Schobel in that category with 2. Minardo with a goal. Baldwin with a goal. Bolger with a goal. Shazinski with a goal. And Fodor ends that list. Delbarton getting the win. 13-4 for Connor Gorey. I'm Ben DeVoe, and we'll see you next time.